Welcome back to another episode of The Road to 2200. Looks like we're up to 1938. Our opponent is 1983. Pretty good stuff. And this is weird. Um, I mean, I have to take here, right? But that is certainly an unusual move that I almost never see, and I don't really know what to do against it. Okay. I mean, it seems like if I want to try to hold the pawn, I would go here. Most likely, they'll go there. I suppose I could go here, but really wanted to keep trying to hold it. I could also go here. I mean, this is just a natural move anyway, so why not? It's just a good move, right? If I hold the pawn, I hold the pawn. Okay, so I think maybe this is like the Black Mardeemer Gambit, but I don't know the name of this. I just know that it doesn't worry me very much because what I found is like they've given up a pawn, but they don't have that big of a lead. They basically just switch spots with me because I'm really only like one move behind in development. So I kind of feel like I'm going to go here, here, castle, and it's like you don't have that much for that pawn. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here, here, castle, and just go, okay, like, really? You have a whole pawn's worth of compensation? I'm not sure I buy that. I mean, I will say maybe I should have gone here first. That might have been an error. Because now it's going to be hard to get that piece in. Okay, so they have this attack here. They have all their pieces sort of flowing in. So theoretically, you might get very scared here and be like, oh boy, that's a big attack. But maybe I'm overly optimistic, but it doesn't seem that big of an attack. I guess they're going to do that to dislodge the knight. And once that happens, then my king is close to naked, right? So that is a little worrisome. But I'm thinking maybe it's like here, here, and then jam the knight in here, guarding this square. Also, then I can come out here. This knight can back up here, guarding this. Like, all these squares I can guard pretty easily. And I think there's no real downside in going here. Going here, they probably go there. I mean, I guess that doesn't work actually, but I don't know. I don't love putting my knight here with this pawn here. I also want to come back and defend with it. And this bishop is probably coming out this way. All right, so I'm going to go here. We're going to go a little defensive here because if I can hold this pawn, I win the game essentially, right? Like long term, I win. Okay, so I feel like the point of this move must be quicker attacking opportunities. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go here, here, and probably here. And just say like, okay, I got a pile of pieces over here. I mean, do you really think you have enough? And they're probably like, yeah, I'm on this pawn ready to checkmate you. But I'm guarding it once, and now I'm guarding it twice. Like, that seems pretty good. And I imagine the thought was they're going to bring the bishop in here, but I'll just go here. And then if you take, I take. And again, it's like, okay, I'm pretty darn well defended here. I mean, I am going to have to defend this whole game as the looks of it. That they're just going to throw everything at me till this game ends. And I think I can just go here. I guess we do have like this move to attack this. But I don't think that's that scary because if they go like takes, here, takes, it's really going to be hard for them to invade. And that was a very interesting move. What's the idea here? The idea is they can hit this twice. I don't know. This doesn't look great. All right, I think I go here. Let's just make sure the bishop can't end up here. I guess the bishop can end up there, right? So I go here. They take, I take, and then the bishop goes here. And suddenly I am going to have to waste time going here. But then I could move my bishop here. So I think I want to get this bishop involved. I think that's probably the best way. I guess another point is, do I need the bishop to guard this pawn? And it doesn't seem like it. Doesn't look like they're doing sacks on that pawn, which is kind of what I thought they might end up doing. Also, if I wanted to try to break out of this defensive posture a bit, I could eye things like this and this, which are interesting. I could go here to try to kick this guy, But with how heavy this attack is, I really think I just want to leave these 3 pawns fully intact. So after like this, we can take this way. All right, so I'm going to go here, here, and then boom, I'm going to strike out in the center or on the side here, hitting the center and trying to like make my move there. I feel like the king side is pretty well protected. I'm up an entire pawn. I feel like I kind of must be winning now. I mean, I think this is a good idea, but after takes, I feel like I'm totally fine. They can't go here. I'm going to go here, taking away this move. I guess the question would be after here, say here, if I'm willing to take here, and then this can come, which is a little annoying. It doesn't seem like the end of the world. I'm going to go here. Probably continue my plans, stuff like this and this. I had someone comment recently that I don't use the square numbers, and they're not wrong. I don't use the square numbers very much, but I was like, I think it's fine. And then I listened to David Pruss, who also has aphantasia, and he uses the numbers a lot, and it made me start going, maybe I need to worry about that. But let's worry about this first. So we've got this situation here. After like takes, push this pawn. This queen could be in a bad spot. I think maybe I just go here right away. If they push, I think I can go takes, here. Maybe not. Maybe there, here, and then now, remember the knight is here, and they can go here, and I would lose the knight. So maybe I don't want to do that just yet. Maybe... how am I going to get this queen involved? I don't really want to go here either. So, okay, can we make this happen? That's the question. If they push by... What if we take with the knight first? They take with their knight. And then I take with the bishop, and they do the trick, and I take, and then they push the pawn. Yeah, I guess I'm still in trouble there. So maybe the answer is to go here first, so that when they do that, I'll be able to take the pawn that's been pushed. Although, will this knight still be here? I think so. Maybe that was a bad move. I'm not sure. Maybe that was a bad idea. I think either way, this is a good spot for him. And then after pushing here, the knight won't be able to get to that square. So I really should calculate while my opponent is thinking, can I make this move? That feels like the move that's begging to be played in this position. Can I make it work? I guess if nothing else, when they push by, I don't have to take if I don't want. But I think I do. I think I would want to take with the knight. They take with the knight. And I could just take with the pawn then. And say, okay, I'm up 2 pawns now. Yes, that one's isolated, but even if I lose it, it's not the end of the world. Okay, that I think is a good idea, right? To try to kind of shake all this loose. I'm wondering if I can quell a lot of this attack by going like this. Takes? I think they have to take. This is bad. Okay. Because what I was looking at was takes, here. I'm on their queen. And I'm threatening to take here. So maybe this does work. Let's see. Takes. Now they're threatening this move, but we're going to go here, hitting their queen first. So they probably don't want to go takes, here, because they're giving up their queen with check, and it looks even. So if I go takes, here, they can just attack my knight. That might be the issue. Because then after I take here, boom, they're taking here with check. And then I'm losing my queen. So my queen being here is a big issue. I think I'm going to let them go here. And then maybe do this, if I want to do this. I guess I could also go like this now. Maybe that's a better idea. And then it halts this push. This bishop is being hit. If it runs away, well, then that's great news. I have stalled them out. This is looking weak. I can't get there because of the knight. But I'm looking at this. And then the bishop runs and then this falls. And if takes, I think that's pretty good. I will have to worry about this pawn now. I could always just come back at some point. I think I like this idea of just kind of saying, you need to figure out what you're doing with this bishop. And if you want to trade that bishop, I think I'm very happily, because I'm also off of that problem. Oh, right. So I knew that after we traded that my queen would be here defending this. Pretty huge mistake to not see that before that the queen could come in. So I might have lost. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I probably have now. There's just too much pressure here with like takes. I think I probably have lost now, which is pretty interesting that I was totally fine and then suddenly I am not fine. Although I have a pretty decent move coming up here. In fact, I can't do it now. I'm in check. So let's take here. They can't go here. They can't go here. So they can go there. But I have this move, which is pretty interesting. Ah, they do have mate, though, which is quite good. Can I stop the mate? I can. I can go here, here, and temporarily stop the mate. I could go here, check. Then after the king moves, probably there. Then I could come over, check, here. Yeah, I'm pretty lost here. That's really frustrating that I was playing very well and just one mistake. And that's the problem. When you're getting attacked, you often can't make a mistake or you will lose. So like if I go here, takes, mate. A lot of mates here in the position. There is this move, though. Does that allow anything interesting? That is interesting. Ah, there's also this followed by this. But then it's like takes, lose the piece. Okay, so what's the best way to prevent the imminent threats? If I take there, can I do anything with that? Not really. Not really at all. I'm going to go here. Ah, very interesting. What can we do with that? We could go here. I don't think that's a good idea. I think I might go here. And then if here, I've bought myself a single turn. Wait, I have this check here. Can we do something good with that? Most likely, they'll have to go there. This is check. Okay, there's other stuff too. So we're going to go here. This check looks very reasonable. All I have to do is not get mated. It's a big ask. Wait, I thought it was up material. I'm not up material? Wow, that's not good. Okay, the mate threat is still present in the position. But if I go here, the mate threat is gone. And this is pinned, and we can go like this and really add a lot of pressure. So, yeah, that seems pretty interesting. I think maybe we do that. Here. It seems reasonable. I mean, we might still be dead. Like, there's just so much happening. Like, this is certainly check. Here. Okay, I'm going to do this. This stops the mate. It seems reasonable. I don't know if it's the best move in the position. And I'm probably going to go here next. Okay, so going here. Queen probably goes there. Oh, Nelly. Wow. Okay, that was a bad game. I forgot. So I saw a million different moves in which this was here. And somehow, because of the intense pressure here, I broke. And there wasn't anything I could do, right? This is mate. It's like I have to take. So it takes, now I'm down a full queen. And suddenly I really, really have nothing left. I'm going to play on for a few more moves. The king is a little bit weak. And now I have this check. Once this rook moves. And maybe we can make something interesting from nothing. It seems incredibly unlikely, but you know, why not give our opponent the chance to mess up? I will certainly be resigning in the next couple moves if they can survive my non-attack attack. But who knows? Anything's possible. Looking real quick if I can trap the queen. It looks like I cannot. So we're just going like straight up swindle mode. I mean, they could easily just give up this rook and just say, whatever, take my rook. I don't even need it. Like, that is definitely a possibility. It will come with check. So maybe, like, this is a good idea. Really hampers my abilities here to do much. I'd probably go rook check. They go here. It's kind of like, now what? No, I don't know. Also, the queen covering the square. So, like, I can't lose a rook and stick another rook there. Also, if they really wanted, they could just sack the queen for a rook and be up a lot of material. So, like, my opponent would have to misplay so horribly to lose this game. It would have to be a colossal meltdown. Like Queen H7 right now, that would put me back in the game. that would really help a lot. Like, my move is a really good move if material is even. The material is even, we're like, dang, that is a good move. But losing by as much as I am, it's not that impactful. It is funny that my opponent is quite going in the tank here after essentially blitzing out 22 moves. They're like, all right, I got to think about this. You don't have to think about this. You've won the game. Just queen takes e8 wins. So does any other move on the board. Rook f4 looks quite good. Actually, rook f4 looks a little dangerous. Like, I get to check. The only escape square is h2. Also, probably that's it. I don't think I have much more in the tank after that. But they're thinking. Or they're punishing us for daring play on. I'm not a big fan of that approach. My theory is, as long as the person is playing, like, it is very frustrating if someone drops a queen and then they're like, and I'm now leaving for 10 minutes. And you're like, all right, come on. That's not good sportsmanship. All right. We don't care that there's a mate threat coming. Mate threats do not scare us at all. We are just going to check and move on. We do have this check, which doesn't do much. But, you know, why not? Maybe they'll do something ridiculous. Maybe they'll go here and give us mate. That would be mate. That would be the craziest win ever if they just go, okay, I'll dodge the mate. Because they could easily just be like, I will sack a tiny amount of material. I am crushing you. I'm not worried. But they might move here thinking like, well, I still have mate in one. Okay, that's highly unfortunate for us. They still have mate. And if I go here to guard this, this is mate. And I don't have a way to check other than trading the bishop, which puts me right back in the same spot. So I think now we have lost. Our opponent did not make the awful moves that we needed them to make. Okay. No, that doesn't work either. Check here. Nothing. Yeah, I think we're just cooked here. Can I guard that? I guess I could. I could guard it with that. That's a really weak move. Let's do it. Stop the mate temporarily. Maybe we can frustrate them into doing something ridiculous. The problem is I don't have a plan anymore. I had one plan and my opponent stopped that plan, and so now I'm in trouble. Okay, this is, a potential situation. So I'm going to go here. And then I could go here and get that going on. It's not really gaining me a whole lot. Okay. Don't want to move off the good diagonal. Taking there just doesn't do anything. I don't know. Sure. It's a move. Yeah, I guess I don't want to lose the piece, so let's do this. Actually, this is a good move. Yeah, I just lost a piece. All right, I think we could resign this game and say, what was that mess? But I think it was really just the pressure of the attack, which wasn't an overwhelming attack. Attacks can still be taxing. Okay, so, this is all book move. This is called the Black Mardeemer Gambit. The computer says that black has a significant advantage, and then all black has to do is play right. Here, e6 is fine. It's all fine. Now this move puts us way out of book. All right, let's see what the engine thinks about my knight move. The engine says it's fine, but the engine actually likes c5 immediately. And then if takes. Ooh, white is doing very well there. So it wants us to go here before taking back. Okay, so I went here first, which seemed like a totally fine order. Okay, and now it says c5 needs to be played now. This move is just kind of a slow waste of time. Just play c5. It does like the knight move there, but it should. I set it up to do that. And now the computer says I'm back to winning and everything's fine. This move is okay. We're doing well still. Which is how I felt. I felt like I was doing well. Okay, that's not much of a threat. Oh, that's plus 12. Okay. Oh, right, because that was the move, right? I let him in for no reason. Yeah, so here, not doing that is the key. I looked at c5, and I didn't think it worked as well as I wished it would. It's not for this reason. This is winning for white. Takes... Oh, right. They even have this in there. But let's say they didn't. Let's say they just took. Ah. The reason is not takes. The reason is f5. f5 just kind of solidifies this position. Trading down works very well. It looks to me like white... No, okay. Okay, white is winning by a lot. I was like, what? Got it. Because you want to go knight takes e5 here. So if I go this way, this doesn't work for the same reason. So we would have to go like here. Which the piece is hanging, and I didn't even realize. Ah, right. The piece is hanging after this gets resolved. Okay. But the computer says you would just go here, ignore that, kick this knight. And now what are you going to do? The best idea is to go here, here, here. We're threatening this. So if they take, this guy could move. So we take, and then now he moves. And... Okay. The engine says it's even. White is down 3 pawns, but up a piece. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is a wild one, is what we're getting to. It's not quite how it worked. I went here and lost the game instantly. And that really was, like, we can tell, this is like a disaster, right? White has really invaded. Just one move, and you can turn from an even game to just dead loss if someone's attacking you. So, real quick, going back to this move. It was a frustrating move, right? I thought I was playing really well. I was quite confident. I had other moves in mind. I was looking at c5, which isn't great. What else was I even looking at? That is part of the problem. And then I came across this move. And this move looks really good. It solves so many problems. Like, if my opponent doesn't go here, and they make the move I calculated, I'm doing great. Right? The computer totally agrees. The attack is over. You're doing great. They go here. You go here. Even game. Nothing to worry about now. Sure, they're going to win this pawn, but that's fine. But obviously, that is not what happened. So, let's see. Best move, according to the computer, is to go here to cover this pawn. And now, guess what? Now we can go here. And if my opponent just goes here and makes a nothing move, then this is indeed the best move. So, I found the right idea. I just missed a critical aspect of that idea. Okay. So, a couple takeaways. One is I should probably look at the Black Redeemer Gambit more, but it doesn't scare me that much. It feels like a pretty innocuous gambit where your opponent gets a pawn for, yes, they'll have to defend, but the attack doesn't look that overwhelming to me. It's not that scary. My second takeaway is when someone's attacking, you got to be real careful. Like, not seeing this is pretty ridiculous. And then at the end of the game, I lost to this, losing the queen, which I was already lost, but still, it's frustrating to not see the thing you were looking at the whole game. So those are my biggest takeaways. I guess, like, takeaway for you all is don't fear attacks that don't have the teeth in them to necessarily deliver the goods, but also be careful when being attacked, even if the attack isn't as overwhelming as it could be. Well, that was a short episode. We got whooped. And I'll see you next time on the road to 2200.